What it do, folks? This is your boy Gemini Moon, the astrologer. Welcome to Soul Vibes. Thank y'all for tuning in to this regularly scheduled program, or what is now about to be a regularly scheduled program just for you and yours. Here at Soul Vibes, featuring your boy Gemini Moon Astrologer. It doesn't get any better. This is deep soul astrology, and we're gonna get into it. This video is going to be regarding the Mars and Scorpio transit that is taking place from today, November the 20th, up until January 3rd, 2020. And let's get into it. So, what are we talking about when we're talking about Mars and Scorpio? Well, when we're talking about Mars, we're talking about a planet of action, will, and personal power, creativity, sexual drive, passion, and war. Mars is the god of war, the one who seeks to conquer, to overcome, to achieve, to blaze a trail. He is a trailblazer and a torch holder. And Mars does not come to play any games. Just like Chris Brown and Dre said, I don't wanna play no games, play no game. That's it. I'll give you my last name. That is Mars and Scorpio is determined to win you over. It is competitive energy. It is deeply purging energy. It is psychological because Scorpio deals with the psychological part of our soul, darker aspects of ourself, the shadow self, parts of us that remain locked away and dormant for a long time due to society's nuzzle on certain truths that, remain kind of unvoiced in the popular opinion. I have much to say about this in the future, and this is just flowing out of me. So Spirit, continue to work through me to purge through this energy. But Mars in Scorpio is fire energy, and it rules Scorpio alongside its co-ruler Pluto, which is all about rebirth and transformation. So we're making a declaration. This is like a declaration. This is about our deep soul calling. This is about our shadow self. This is about our divine soul mission. This is about awakening to personal and interpersonal private truths that will help us to eradicate fears of the past, fears through memories, inherited trauma, oppressive thoughts, manipulation, and the over exercise of the masculine energy, which has turned into toxic masculinity. So Mars and Scorpio is determined, make no mistake, that because of just because Scorpio is dark and deep and intent, it really just wants peace. Scorpio is all about really maintaining, and maintaining a space where it can grow and where the things that it holds dear and cherishes can reform itself and evolve and transform. The process of life, death, and rebirth. Alchemizing and transforming lead into gold is what Scorpio's process is all about. Ultimately, Scorpio is the representative of the 8th house of death, sex, and shared resources. A lot of what Scorpio or the 8th house entails are behaviors in which we must share resources and merge resources and kind of cleave to one another and cling for survival. It's has a lot to do with very, very tight bonds, soul ties, especially when you're talking about sex and sex magic and the occult and astrology. Those are all things that Scorpio encompasses. So, we're really talking about the evolutionary process of life and, the nature of things that we don't generally see, but things that are more so felt and on an intuitive, psychic, emotional level, subconscious level. And yes, so good night. And so we have to make sure that, we are, this is making sure that we're about something. Scorpio is really all about what are we about? And, what are we truly here to discover? Scorpio doesn't deal in superficiality. Scorpio is all about recreating itself and really getting to the bottom line of things and really making everything about absolute truths and wisdom. Within Scorpio is the archetype of the Buddha and the Eightfold Path, the middle way, which says right speech, right understanding, right occupation, right thought, you know, you know, rights. You know, it was 8 rights. You know, 8 aspects of life in which, if you followed these 8 principles, you would be on the way to transcendence and ultimately ascending from, the natural world into a more whole being, connected to the Brahma, the transcendent one, and, basically leaving behind suffering, going through suffering and purging your soul, going through catharsis and leaving yourself more whole than you were before, because you've integrated your shadow, you've integrated the darker aspects of yourself and not shied away from it, but integrated it, acknowledged it, and worked it into your operation, worked it into your program, found the value, basically taking what is needed, what you can gain from something, leaving the bad and taking the good. Scorpio is all about elimination. It's the elimination process. It's the checkerboard game. It is, it's the game. It's the psychological process of, I plan to win. I'm playing for keeps, and I don't play for the fluff. I'm not here for, the small talk. I'm here to really, really run my life and, take it to, Scorpio. The Scorpio archetype can be compared to a football game. Like, I don't know how else to say it, but those processes where you're in those last few reps and you gotta just pump it out. Like, that is Scorpio's vibration. It is that pump. It is that pulse. It is that endurance. It is that survival of the fittest. So what am I saying when I say all this? We're getting further into our focus. We are cultivating a deeper rooted, a much more integrated, much more authentic personal path. And I'm going to prove it to you right now. If I'm sure your lives are already mirroring this. A lot of people that I'm talking to, many people are in a position where they want career and they want it in a certain way, and they're finding that the way that they've been working and carrying their business up to this point has not brought them any true sense of fulfillment. So with the Scorpio house, with dealing with the eighth house and shared resources and psychological processes and things like trauma, things that come from family issues, control, issues with sex, money control, rape, power, power struggles. It really, really is about kind of cultivating your own program and reorganizing and restructuring. So this really, really ultimately, through all the fire and water energy, it's going to manifest a new, clearer thought process. Why? Because Mercury just finished its retrograde in Scorpio. Soon as Mercury finishes retrograde, Mars comes in. Action, vitality, real goal setting, real goal getter mentality, personal truth, eradicating fear, dominating. So there's a new focus. We're putting on our goggles on. We're putting on our spiritual eyeglasswear, and we're going for the prize. We are like, right now we are like the, I'm seeing an image of the Velociraptor in my head. The Velociraptor. We right now it's Velociraptor mode. It's hunting time. It's hunting season. Okay, and yeah. Let me show you guys these cards. So I pulled some cards before, and I put it as my thumbnail here in this video so you guys can see. And I'm gonna read them in this order. So Two of Swords. Two of Swords is all about stalemates, being stuck between two options, two thoughts, two decisions, two people, two choices, right? Feeling blocked. A lot of times when we're, we feel like we can't make a decision, it's because we feel blocked. We feel like if I do one, I can't do the other. There's something about a choice that we need to make. This could be something that's going to come up, that's going to be revealed. There's going to be some type of big decision, some moving, maybe even marriage proposal, some type of contract, some type of renovation or something like that. And you're going to have to make a decision. You're going to have to see things as they are, and not as you think they should be. And then you're going to have to make that move and to eliminate options. to get to your path. So for many of you, this may have, be what has been. This could be now, or this could be what's coming up. And then we also have Eight of Swords. So yes, many people currently or within the near future, as Mars makes its way through Scorpio, are going to find, okay, wow, that they, they're feeling blocked. They're feeling like they don't know where to go. They're feeling like they're stuck. This is stuck energy. This is mental energy that keeps you stagnant. And they're finding that they have to, in a way, they're feeling defeated or surrendering, or that they have to surrender. And I think that many people during this time, during this season, not to mention also the sun is going into Sagittarius. It's going to be Sagittarius season starting the 22nd. So that's a new sun, that's another sun cycle, you know what I mean, coming up. And another, another season that the sun is going to be making us aware of. So definitely there's going to be, people are going to feel blocked. There's going to be this shift. There's going to be this kind of question and answer, this kind of question, this doubt. This is all about doubt. Two of Swords with the Eight of Swords is all about doubt. This is all doubt. This is all mental energy, thinking, can't make a decision. Oh my God, what am I going to do? Angst. But then after that, we have the King of Swords. We have the King of Swords, you guys. So King of Swords, okay? Focused. Focus on the plan. Original. Integrity. Very, very focused on what it is paying its bills. King of Swords, when you think of air, air is detached. Air is not attached to anything. But when you have the King of Swords, you have someone who has mastered their thought. You have mastered their opinion about something. They've mastered a perspective. They've mastered a science. It's almost really about lifestyle and about how you choose things, how you choose. It's all about making choices and decisions that are not just only for the good of you, but for the good of everyone else, because it falls in line with higher principle. So this is what Mars is going to start eradicating. Mars is going to start eradicating, decision that doesn't. It's going to start showing where we make wrong decisions because it's not in our authentic truth. Does that make sense, guys? And so through all this, we have Daughter of Pentacles, which Daughter of Pentacles is about the earth, material manifestation, goals, new ideas, new application of wisdom. There's new knowledge. There's new application of wisdom, to manifest that job, to manifest that business, to manifest that yoga class, to manifest, some people are going to be taking up new classes, new courses, new authorization, new licenses, really, really stepping onto new platform, breaking into new ground, trying on new shoes. For many people, you may be a fashion designer, and you want to present you want to start taking a sewing class or a fashion class or things like that, things that start to really start to break in new footing, new areas, a new area of life. You can cultivate a dream, cultivate your passion, because this is all about deep passion when you're talking about Mars going into Scorpio. And then last but not least, we have the Hierophant, which is Taurus's card, which is all about the path of least resistance, the path that fits us, really taking something seriously, taking a path seriously. You see, we have the all-seeing eye there. There's authority here. There's reassurance. There's a check-in. There's a checkpoint here. This is all about coming down to the bare bones of what you're made of at this point and making a point to show up available for the call, the Hierophant. Seeking purpose, seeking new meaning. We're seeking new purpose now. That's why many people are changing and switching up their careers, thinking about what they want to do, want to be close to their families, want to be close to their families, want to be closer to what's important now. There's new things that are important. The things that used to be important are not important anymore. It's not. This system has caused people to think that, certain things are important. We need money to survive. Money is essential. But it's not. It shouldn't dictate everything that we do or how we treat people. And this is why the King of Swords is very important, because this is Aquarius' card. And Aquarius people are very fair, and very, very original, and very, very tolerant and accepting. And I think we need more of that. We need more people who are more accepting of other ideas. We need people to start seeing more of their own narcissistic patterns and prejudice, and that's going to be a lot of what's going to happen within this Mars through Scorpio transit. Certain covert narcissism, hidden agendas, secrets, and lies, and where people have been taking too much, where people have been too indulgent and have not been allowing access for everyone and room to grow within this system, within our world, within our households. It's going to be eradicated, and people are going to start to see clearer and tune into their own personal sense of truth. So I feel so good about the information I just gave y'all. Like, Mars and Scorpio is going to be off the hook. Like, I just said off the hook. I'm so old school. It's going to be dope. Like, it's going to be dope. And I'm excited for everyone. I have Scorpio within the eighth house. This is very, very deeply transformative period of time for me. I'm also ruled by Mars. I'm an Aries rising. So it's time to really go head first, fighting certain systems. Excuse me. Thank you all so much for tuning into this. And I just want to give you guys my best. Peace, love, and light. Soul excellence, y'all. All right.